Well, howdy there, folks. James, political friar, coming to you again. Got the University of Oregon hat still on, and so we're going to have another political topic today. Specifically, I want to talk about Hunter Biden's bizarre attendance to a committee hearing that was about to have a vote to move forward on a contempt of Congress charge, and why he was there, what he was doing, and what this might mean, or at least what they might have been thinking. It was curious. So, if you don't know, yesterday the subcommittee controlled by Republicans was pushing forward on a vote to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress for refusing to give testimony. Now, it's a little bit of a wrinkle because Hunter Biden never refused to give testimony. He refused to give non public testimony. He says, no, 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 I'm willing to answer your questions, but it's got to be in a public forum. And the Republican says, no, 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 we want you to come and give your testimony privately. Now, why the Republicans want to do that is pretty obvious because they can leak the quotes from Hunter Biden, if there are any, out of context and make it such that Hunter looks bad, regardless of how well he does in the actual testimony. And so that's why Hunter wants it to be public, because he wants first for the record to be complete at the outset, and second for Democrats to be able to correct the record in the moment on live TV. That's pretty politically correct. I took a little bit of time trying to see whether anyone has ever been held in contempt of Congress for refusing to testify privately. There haven't been, not that I could find. There have been people who have been held in contempt of Congress for refusing to testify at all, but that's not what happened here. So the Republicans are moving on with their vote to hold him in contempt of Congress, and they're about ready to vote. And who walks through that door into the public hearing? Private citizen, he's allowed to attend, but Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden and his little retinue come and they just sit down. And the Republicans in the room flip out. They start addressing him directly. They start trotting out their arguments against him. They make a bit of a frenzied scene. And Hunter Biden sits, watches, waits for the arch nemesis to begin speaking, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then he just stands up and walks out, as if what she has to say isn't worth his time and attention. It was entirely intentional and entirely choreographed and bizarre. Like, this is a political stunt. This is exactly what Republicans are calling it. It is a political stunt. It was planned. And I think that the thought behind it was the same as the thought behind committing a terrorist act or trolling somebody. He was terrorizing the committee and trolling them because he knew that when he showed up in person and gave flesh to this boogeyman that the Republicans have created out of him and his name, that they would attack him and overreact potentially. And you know what that does? It gives him sympathy. It means that people who are otherwise either neutral or predisposed to dislike the Republicans or maybe predisposed to like the Bidens now have a reason to be sympathetic for Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden ain't a sympathetic figure. That is difficult to make it so that Hunter Biden can become a sympathetic figure. But you show up and you have somebody who is as universally unpopular as Marjorie Taylor Greene starts screaming at you. That might actually do it. And before you say no, Marjorie Taylor Greene is perfectly popular, her no, no, she's popular. She's extremely popular among a very narrow subset of the population, none of whom are going to be sympathetic to Biden anyway. So it really doesn't matter that they don't think he's okay. So this political stunt was designed to get the Republicans to overreact. And it was followed on by a series of calculated communications. The most obvious one was Jill Biden coming out and saying, oh, what the Republicans are doing to Hunter Biden is so cruel, so mean, poor Hunter. I don't have much sympathy for Hunter Biden. That guy was born with a silver spoon up his ass. But this, as a political move, it might work. It might work because the effect is not actually him showing up. That doesn't have any effect. It's the potential massive overreaction from Republicans who basically get trolled. To their credit, I think the Republicans figured this out. I think they figured it out pretty quick. That the thing that you do in this situation is you ignore it. This is good life advice. If you see somebody doing something that you don't like, ignore it. And if you see somebody doing something that you do like, praise it. It works when training dogs, and it works in your personal life. Anyway, the Republicans are pretty much back to ignoring it. Good job. Somebody got them. But for a minute there, and some YouTube clips and late night show segments, you had Hunter Biden successfully trolling Marjorie Taylor Greene. God, what a show! What a show these politics are. I hope you enjoy watching it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments down below. Hit that like button. I really would appreciate that. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I really appreciate that. And for those of you who notice, the wife got tired of it. I appreciate you. Thanks.